Revolutionary redemption. Diesel had not seen the Fat Controller for several days and was beginning to contemplate his actions. If I stay here, they'll all hate me, he groaned. And if I go back to the other railway, they'll hate me even more. Diesel didn't know, but instincts were telling him to change his ways.
Although all the other engines were unsure of Diesel's change of behaviour, for some reason they grew to accept this change.
This is better.
And
that's a good story.
Forgiving towards the shunter at one. Everyone, that is, except Duck. As Maya soon found out when she and Duck were in the yards.
Diesel looks like he's learning his lesson. He could be becoming a better engine,
said Maya. But Duck wasn't convinced. You just keep your eyes open, little Maya, said the Great Western Engine sternly. He may revert to his old ways. He's sooner or later. And yet there is two ways of doing things, little Maya. The Great Western way and the wrong way. Duck steamed off in a huff. Maya, determined to prove Duck wrong, thought of a plan. Although she needn't bother with that. Because that night, an aggressive storm swept across the island of Sodor, especially the Little Western branch line. As Duck, Oliver, Toad, and the Scottish twins struggled to get some shut-eye. Pardon me, Mr. Duck, said Toad to Brake Van, but I think that storm is going to knock over a few signals. Oliver agreed. You know, Duck, I've been thinking. Diesel may have been a mischievous sort when he first arrived, but I think he's been beginning to improve himself. The Scottish twins agreed. I know Diesel has been a bit mischievous when he first arrived with those lies, said Douglas. But would you please give the little shunter a chance, said Donald. We've been growing quite used to his company. But Duck was too busy thinking about what he'd say to Diesel when they next met. The next morning, Duck was taking a train of trucks to the docks. He was in a foul temper. The troublesome trucks, on the other hand, spotted a chance for a tease.
Duck should play with other ducks, because he's no good at pulling tracks. Quack, 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 quack.
Giggled the trucks acidly. Trucks being rude felt like the final straw for Duck. He was so cross, in fact, that he bumped them hard. To the extent where the trucks decided to bump back. Big mistake, you waddling great engine. What gives you the right to bump us around like we're nothing? Come on, lads.
We'll show him who's boss.
Show him who's boss.
The truck snickered, and they bumped him again, only harder this time, to the extent where Duck was now a runaway. No, wailed Duck. Oh yes, snickered the trucks acidly, as they braced for the impact. Luckily, a quick-thinking signalman diverted Duck onto the runaway siding. Only that siding had no buffers. No one expected what happened next, as Duck careered into the siding, coming clean off the tracks in the process. When the Fat Controller arrived on board James and saw the wreckage, he was not happy. I am surprised at you, Duck, said the Fat Controller sternly. You should know better than to ignore a signal or warning and get angry at Diesel. I know you and Diesel didn't get along when he first arrived on the island, but that does not mean you can go around with a bad attitude. I do hope, however, that you will apologise to him when you next see him. Is that understood? Asked the Fat Controller crossly. Duck, very feeble. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir, said Duck sadly. That night, Duck apologised to Diesel. I'm sorry I was rude to you, Diesel, said the Great Western Engine solemnly. That's all right, Duck. I suppose that means we're even, in other words, said the Black Diesel shunter. Yes, I suppose it does, said Duck knowingly. Even if I can't say a river thing correctly, I suppose this means making a fresh start. Of course we can, Duck, said Diesel, and the two engines went happily to sleep.